Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Liaquat. Ahlan wa sahlan. We are going through Mulla Ali Qari's 40 Hadith. If you guys are not familiar with my channel, hit the like button, subscribe and share this video with your friends and family, and then get to know my YouTube channel. Okay, right. So let's continue with this series then. We've reached Hadith number 7. Allahumma salli wa sallim wa barik ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Ilzam baytak, keep to your house. Wathila radiallahu anhu narrated, the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the worst places for gathering are markets and streets, and the best places are mosques. So if you are unable to sit in the mosques, keep to your house. Tabarani. Okay, so this is the hadith. What is the explanation of this hadith? That's what we're going to be looking at right now. So, as we know, a Muslim lives in a society. So in the society you'll have, let's say, a house, you'll have the mosque, and you'll have markets. I don't know why I'm drawing markets like this, but like the olden days kind of ones. And so you'll have, various things going on in the society. Now, as a Muslim, we can live anywhere we want. Okay. However, sometimes the best place to be will be in the masjid, and sometimes the best place to be might be in the markets, and the best place to be might be at home. All depending on what you want to get. So, for example, like if it's prayer time, then in the masjid is the best place. Yeah. So if it's Dhuhr time or Asr time or Maghrib time, best place to go is the mosque. If you have to buy something, or you have to sell something, the best place to go is to the markets. Do it in the markets. And if you have to rest, or if you have to, be with your family, then the home is the best place. Okay, so these are various different places. Now, the Prophet ﷺ, he advised different people on different occasions about different things. So sometimes the Prophet ﷺ would say, the best place is the mosque. Yeah. Sometimes he would say the best place for a person to be is the mosque. And sometimes he would say the best place to be would be at home. And sometimes he would have different answers for this. Now, why was this for? This is all to do with the times and situations. Now, we know the companions. If you want to understand the narrations, we look at how did the companions understand the narrations. Did the companions stay at home all day? Did they stay in the mosque all day? Did they stay in the markets all day? Okay, so what we understand is they would sometimes frequent the home, the mosque, the markets, and battlefields, and all sorts of things, depending on the circumstances that they were in. The situation, the times, all played a very important role in this. So, this hadith, the context of this hadith, the scholars say, the one that we have just read today, is actually to do with times of strife, the times of fitna, tribulations, difficulties, hardships, problems in life. And this is referring to when a Muslim going out is going to be more harmful than that person being at home. And I see normally, if a person is outside, the Prophet ﷺ actually encouraged people to be with other people, mix with other people, go to the mosque, mix with people. It's encouraged. Al-mu'minu ma'lafun. The Prophet ﷺ said, a mu'min is a person who is sociable, mixes with people. And the Prophet ﷺ would do this himself. And the Sahaba would also do this. However, when does going out become more harmful than being at home? When there is civil strife, when there is some fitna outside. Maybe there are some dangerous people outside, or there's dangerous protests taking place, or maybe there's something else that's happening. And if a person goes outside, he most likely will end up hurting someone, killing someone, harming someone. So this is why the Prophet ﷺ in this hadith he mentions. So when we look at these hadith, sometimes someone might read this hadith and say, oh look, the worst places for gathering are the markets. Now, does the worst over here mean sinful? No. Worst in Arabic doesn't always mean sinful. Sometimes it means sinful and sometimes it doesn't. So worst can mean not the best places. right? So worst would mean not the best places. So the worst places are gathering markets and streets and the street places over here. And the best places are the mosques, and the mosques are considered the best. But does it mean it's the most rewarding place? Not necessarily. So the best place does not mean most rewarding. Because if that was the case, we would have found the companions spending most of their time in the mosques, which we don't. So this is why when we read this hadith, have to be very careful and understand it. And then he says, so if you are unable to sit in the mosques, keep to your house. When is this? This is when there is civil strife, when there is fitna, when there are in the community things that, like for example, there might be something about Islamophobia in your community, there might be something to do with racism or hurting someone, or maybe there's thieves going around. So the Prophet ﷺ advised people. And maybe in like nowadays where we have the spread of a virus, pandemic, best place to stay would be in your homes. So I hope that makes sense. I thought I'd spend a bit of time trying to explain this hadith, because some people might misquote this hadith or misconstrue this hadith and make it sound as though the best places for a person to always be is in a mosque in all situations, and then if he can't be there, he should be at home and he should never go to the shops. No, the Prophets went to the shops, Sahaba went to the markets and shops. It's totally permissible so long as there is not something which is openly against the teachings of Islam taking place over there. So, Jazakumullah khair. What do we learn from all of this then? So we learn that in normal conditions, going to different places is totally permissible. However, if there is civil strife, if there is tribulation, fitna in the community, something where you are going to end up harming your faith, harming yourself, then go to the mosque. If you can't go to the mosque, go to your house and stay there. Don't do anything else. Jazakumullah khair. I hope you guys benefit from this. Thank you very much to all my patrons for supporting my channel, for your kind donations. If any of you guys want to support my channel and want to help out, with my projects, please check out the description below and hit the like button. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.